Okay, good morning, everybody. All right, let's get started. All right, last week, Janet Yellen reassured the market that the Fed's commitment to maintain monetary stimulus at a rate needed to support the economy. So basically saying that she's not going to be tapering too quickly. And we saw the Dow and the S&P close the week up nice and solidly, pushing to new highs to end of the week. Empire State Manufacturing and Industrial Production missed expectations, and that again is going to support the Fed's approach to keep liquidity at current levels. And then China came out, outlined a broad restructuring of the economy. The reform would see a more open financial sector with restrictions on investment being relaxed. And you can see the Hang Seng and the Shanghai up quite a bit there on the back of that. Chinese property data showed that new home prices rose in 69 of 70 cities, but stocks there shrugged off any speculation of curbing measures by the government to rein in prices. Corporate action today, we've had a few sets of earnings. Telkom came out. Headline earnings 224. The original expectation was 217. I think 224 is in line with guidance. We don't have guidance there. But revenue, you can see, was a beat from the original estimate. Blended ARPU down 12.4%. Active mobile subscribers up 6.9%, and fixed line down 4.7%. So quite a few data points there to take into consideration. Probably best to see the trade action to see which way this one's going to move on the back of that. Bimbalo came out. We had a nice move up on Bimbalo when they came out with their guidance. A good beat on the original estimate. And then headline earnings this morning, a slight beat on guidance. So we probably expect a solid performance out of Bimbalo's today. We'll show a chart of that a little bit later. Revenue was in line. Dividend per share, nice beat, R1.95. Original estimate was R1.50. And then Netcare also came out in line with headline earnings per share, in line pretty much with revenue, and dividend was also in line. So solid performance out of Netcare. They've struggled since their guidance, which I think was last Friday. But we'll see if they can get back onto the front foot on the back of those results. And then ex-div today, we've got a big one out of ABSA, or Barclays Group Africa, R7.08, and then Redefine of 35 cents. Key factors today, October property prices out of China, which I think came out already, SAB, our consumer confidence, and net long-term TIC flow. So not much that's going to move the market today. All right, let's have a look at a few charts. We'll start with the Aussie. Aussie's been slowly making its way higher since the low at 40,000. If we knock it down to a 30-minute chart, we can see we're forming a bit of a ascending triangle over the last few sessions. 40,800 is your line in the sand on the upside. Oh, I can't draw a line now. And I would say on the downside, if we break below, let's say 40,580. If we get a 30-minute close below, then we could be seeing a little retest to the downside. But at the moment, stocks around the world pretty strong, so I wouldn't preempt that. All right, let's start with Barclays. We've got that dividend coming out now, which could take another R7 off the stock price. Our big level we've been watching in Barclays is this 135, 136 level. If we get a little more weakness after the divvy, then we could be testing that level. I think a lot of guys are long expecting to strip a little bit out that divvy, so let's see how that plays out. But at the moment, we're just going to be watching this biggish sort of level around 135, 136. The reversal of that level could be a good buying entry if you're not already in. All right, let's have a look. Vodacom, we've had an absolutely incredible rally over the last few sessions. If we zoom it in, we can see that 117, 118 level. I'm not sure if Joe covered that in any of his morning meetings, but the close above that level, in hindsight, was a screaming buy. But I don't think anybody could have expected the move that it's made up to 130, or anyway, so that move so quickly anyway. But anyway, 130 is quite a big level. We've tested it twice before. Obviously, we're pretty overextended at the moment, so I wouldn't be buying at current levels. We're either going to get a bit of a pullback from here, or it's going to consolidate sideways, and then we can look at 130 as a possible resistance level to buy off if we break through there. But I would, as I say, I'd only do it after it consolidates for a little while. All right, Barlow's. We had a decent set of results out. We can see we've had this flag right below a major level at $100. Again, if we do break this flag today, which I expect we probably will do, then $100 will be the next level that we look at. Either a target on the day if you can get it cheaper on the day, or if a break above that. If we get a break above that, especially on a sort of a weekly close, I would imagine we've got a significantly higher target, possibly even as high as 125 if I had to throw out a number over the sort of the medium term. So a really good looking chart in Barlow's, and the earnings could be the catalyst. Quick look at Netcare. Netcare, we had the initial rough breakout at around 24 Rand, and that's sort of where we found support over the last few sessions after the guidance. So let's see how the market reacts to those results today. If we can push up higher, let's just drop to a quick 10-minute chart. We can see this 24.40 level is probably it's been the major resistance over the last sort of 2 or 3 trading days. If we can get above there, we might get a little bit of a push higher. I think still a reasonably cheap stock as far as the healthcare sector goes. And it's also defensive. So the guys might like this as a decent play. As I say, above 24.40 might be a good intraday play. But still looking pretty solid on a daily chart as well. Let's have a quick look at Sasol. Sasol, we had a new closing high, broke above quite a nice consolidation. I would say the next target from the breakout of this immediate range is around 535. So still quite a bit of upside for Sasol, looking pretty solid, and a solid company. So it's always one that you want to be buying on pullbacks. But it looks like this thing's got some more legs over the next few sessions. And the last one I wanted to show was AngloGold. AngloGold, this one Joe showed on Friday, had this big double bottom. Has been forming it's been consolidating over the last couple of weeks. We were looking for a break above the 163, I would say, level on the upside. It didn't happen on this attempt. It's pulled back. If we look at the rand conversion in the States, it's around 157.5. So I would say we should get a bit of a pullback today on that stock. But on the downside, I would say a close below 150, around 157, 158. I would exercise caution if you are long of this one. Otherwise, wait for that breakout around 163. It could be a good high probability entry on AngloGold. And that's all for today, guys. Best of luck.